Have you ever found yourself wide awake in the middle of the night, staring at the ceiling, feeling restless, and wondering why sleep just won't stay? Maybe it's 3:17 a.m. and the glowing red numbers on your alarm clock mock you. Your mind starts racing. If I fall asleep now, I'll still get 3 hours. No, wait, 2.5. Oh no, now it's just 1. Sound familiar? If you're over 50, this isn't just bad luck. It's your body sending you a message about your health, emotions, or even your future. And if you don't listen, these sleepless nights could start affecting your energy, mood, and even long-term well-being. But here's the good news. Waking up at this hour isn't a problem. It's an opportunity. If you know what to do, you can turn those restless hours into moments of calm, clarity, and even better sleep. In this video, I'm going to share 5 powerful strategies to help you reset your body, quiet your mind, and finally get the rest you deserve. And trust me, tip number 4 is the one most people overlook, but it might just be the key to waking up refreshed instead of exhausted. So stick around. Before we dive in, if you find this content helpful, hit that like button to support the channel and let YouTube know you want more content like this. If you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video about sleep, health, and wisdom for aging well. Now let's get started. Why waking up at 3 a.m. feels like a battle and how to win it. Waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. isn't just a random frustration. It's more common than you think. And while it may feel like your body is betraying you, it's actually trying to communicate something important. But here's the real problem. The way most people react makes things worse. The moment you see the clock, your mind starts racing. Why am I awake? How will I function tomorrow? The more you panic, the more you fuel the stress response. Before you know it, your body is in full-on fight or flight mode. Here's the science behind it. When you stress about not sleeping, your body releases cortisol, the very hormone that keeps you awake. Cortisol is your biological alarm clock. It tells your system, we're awake now, time to be alert. Your heart rate speeds up, your muscles tense, and suddenly, falling back asleep feels impossible. Think of it like this. Trying to force yourself back to sleep is like chasing a butterfly with a net. The harder you try, the further away it gets. But what if you could train your body to relax instead of resist? How to flip the script and reclaim your rest. Instead of lying there frustrated and defeated, take control of the moment. Step 1, change your posture. Stop staring at the ceiling, locked in battle with your own thoughts. Gently sit up. No need to turn on the lights or fully wake up. Just a small shift in position tells your brain that you're in control. Step 2, breathe like you mean it. Take a slow inhale through your nose for 4 counts. Hold it for 1 second. And exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. Repeat 5 times. Why this works? Deep, controlled breathing signals to your nervous system that it's safe to relax. It activates your parasympathetic system, which is responsible for rest and digestion, the opposite of stress and anxiety. Your heartbeat slows, your shoulders loosen, and your body starts moving back towards sleep mode. Step 3, play sleep detective. Before you try to drift off again, check in with your body. Is your pillow too flat? A worn-out pillow can misalign your neck and trigger discomfort that disrupts sleep. Are your sheets tangled around your legs? Even minor physical discomfort can subtly wake you up. Is the temperature off? The ideal sleep temperature is between 60–67 degrees Celsius, too hot or too cold, and your body will struggle to stay in deep sleep. Tiny environmental tweaks can mean the difference between tossing and turning all night or falling back asleep peacefully. The secret potential of 3 a.m. wake-ups. Here's where it gets interesting. Waking up before dawn isn't always a curse. In fact, it has a fascinating history. Some of the world's greatest minds, Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, even Benjamin Franklin, used these early hours for deep thinking and problem solving. Their brains, free from distractions, tapped into creativity and insight that shaped history. What if, instead of dreading these wake-ups, you embrace them? Keep a small notebook next to your bed. If thoughts are swirling, write them down, even if it's just a grocery list or a passing idea. You might be surprised at the insights that come when your mind is in that half-dream state. And if writing isn't your thing, visualize a calming scene, waves lapping at the shore, a quiet mountain morning. The key is to shift your focus away from frustration and into something soothing. Fighting sleep never works, but understanding your body does. Instead of seeing these wake-ups as a problem, use them as a tool to create a better sleep environment, reduce stress, and even tap into hidden clarity. Stay with me, because in the next section, we're talking about one sneaky habit that might be sabotaging your sleep without you even realizing it. Before we move on, let me know in the comments, what's your biggest struggle with sleep? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Most is the hidden power of a half-awake mind. Believe it or not, those foggy moments between sleeping and waking can be an unexpected goldmine for creativity and personal insight. Your mind is free from daytime distractions, making it easier to explore ideas that normally get crowded out by constant noise. Here's how to make the most of it. 1. Keep a notebook nearby. Nothing fancy, just a simple pad and pen on your nightstand. Just jot down whatever's swirling around in your head, a memory, a to-do, a funny story idea. You'll be amazed how often those useless 3 a.m. ramblings turn into something valuable, like a solution to a nagging problem or a spark of inspiration you didn't see coming. 2. Embrace low-stakes distractions. If writing doesn't appeal to you, try a gentle mental exercise. Visualize a calm scene. Imagine yourself on a peaceful beach with waves rolling in, or a cozy cabin surrounded by a quiet forest. These mental pictures pull you away from the anxiety of not sleeping and help soothe your racing mind. Above all, avoid scrolling on your phone. The blue light from screens can trigger stress hormones and wake you up even more. One quick check of social media can spiral into an hour of staring at cat videos or news updates. Exactly what you don't need at 3 a.m. Reset your body, not just your mind. Sometimes you're awake because your body simply wants a break from lying down. Try a quick reset. Sit on the edge of your bed, roll your shoulders, gently stretch your arms overhead. Feel the tension in your neck and shoulders. Let it melt away with slow, controlled breaths. Inhale for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 6. If you're still restless, take a minute to stand up, stretch your legs, and then settle back into bed when you're ready. Remember, sleep works best when it's invited, not forced. By giving yourself permission to pause, breathe, and refocus, you're making it easier for your body and mind to slip back into rest. Turn 3 a.m. into an opportunity, not an obstacle. The next time you open your eyes in the darkest hours, don't label it a failure. See it as an opportunity to reconnect with your thoughts or simply to enjoy the quiet stillness that daytime rarely offers. When you approach these moments with curiosity instead of frustration, you'll find they can be surprisingly rejuvenating. And speaking of rejuvenation, there's another sneaky culprit that might be keeping you awake: dehydration. If you've ever woken up feeling parched, restless, or oddly warm, it's time to learn how to hydrate smarter, especially in the middle of the night. Quick favor, if you are finding value in these tips, let me know by commenting 1 below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button so you'll never miss a new video. Your support keeps this channel growing and helps me bring you more content to inspire better sleep, better health, and a better life. Smart hydration, the key to slipping back into sleep. If you often wake up feeling parched, maybe your mouth is dry or your legs feel restless, smart hydration could be your secret weapon. Believe it or not, gulping down ice-cold water in the middle of the night can backfire. It's refreshing at first, but it can also jolt your body awake right when you're trying to gently drift off. Instead, room temperature or slightly warm water is more in tune with your body's natural state, helping you settle without sending shockwaves through your system. Now, if you want to step up your nighttime hydration game, consider a few extras. 1. Boost with electrolytes. Why it matters. As you sleep, your body loses not just water, but also essential minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, especially if you have had a long day, taken certain medications, or simply sweat a lot at night. What to do? Add a tiny pinch of high-quality sea salt to your water, like Celtic or Himalayan. Don't worry, you're not creating a full-on salt solution, just a subtle mineral nudge that can help steady your nerves and relax your muscles. 2. Add a splash of lemon. Lemon isn't just about flavor. It also offers a small dose of potassium and may aid digestion, which can slow down overnight. A quick squeeze of fresh lemon juice turns plain water into a gentle wake-up call for your system, one that doesn't ring all the alarm bells at 4 a.m. 3. Sip herbal teas wisely. Chamomile. A calming classic, chamomile contains apigenin, which can bind to receptors in your brain and dial down anxious thoughts. Brew a light cup before bedtime and keep it within arm's reach. Because it's mild and naturally caffeine-free, you can sip without worrying about the coffee jolt effect. Why it works? Not only does chamomile help with hydration, it offers soothing warmth that can quiet your racing mind. And because it's not overly strong, it's less likely to send you rushing to the bathroom an hour later. Make it an easy routine. Rather than stumbling to the kitchen and downing a full glass in the dark, keep a small, lidded cup or thermos by your bed. This way, a few slow sips can ease that dry throat feeling without waking you up any more than necessary. Remember, the goal is to nurture your body back into rest, not to shock it awake. Smart hydration is about balance, restoring lost fluids and minerals so your system can wind down. And when your body feels balanced, your mind can relax, making it far easier to slip back under the covers and drift off again. Emotional wake-up calls. Why 4 a.m. might be a heart-to-heart with your own feelings. Ever find yourself wide awake at 4:12 a.m., grappling with more than just grogginess? Maybe there's a subtle heaviness in your chest or a swirl of unspoken worries about that awkward conversation you had yesterday. If this sounds like you, there's a chance your emotions are the true alarm clock. In traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, the lungs are believed to be most active between 3 and 5 a.m., a time often linked to unresolved sadness, stress, or grief. Think of it as your emotional cleanup crew, quietly sweeping through your mind in those pre-dawn hours. If you've got an unaddressed concern, like that email you never sent, or a lingering disappointment you have been ignoring, it may bubble to the surface right when the world is still and you're too tired to distract yourself. Here's the twist. Modern science, while not always mapping exactly to TCM, has found that stress and emotional strain do frequently disrupt sleep. In other words, if your mind is carrying around extra weight, it's more likely to wake you up when you're at your most vulnerable. But don't see this as a curse. View it as an opportunity. By acknowledging that your wake-up call could be an emotional signal, you can take practical steps. Jot down a few thoughts in a bedside journal, practice deep breathing, or gently remind yourself that these feelings deserve attention, but don't have to dominate your entire night. Sometimes just admitting, "Hey, I'm worried about this, but I'll handle it tomorrow," can offer enough relief to let you slip back into peaceful rest. Turning nighttime anxiety into a soothing ritual. Ever notice how a worry that seems tiny in the daytime can feel massive when the lights are out? That's your mind amplifying the burdens you've pushed aside. When you wake up feeling a heavy mix of restlessness and vague dread, don't just lie there hoping it goes away. Lean into it, but on your own terms. 1. Ask the tough questions. Sit up, add a pillow behind your back, and gently ask yourself, what's really on my mind? Whether it's a looming deadline at work, a lingering sadness you haven't acknowledged, or something you can't quite put your finger on, let those first thoughts spill out. Don't judge or edit them. Give them a place to go other than swirling around in your head. 2. Write it down. Grab that notebook you've placed by your bed, it's there now, right? And scribble 3 quick thoughts, no matter how messy. It could be, I'm worried about tomorrow's doctor appointment, or I regret that tense chat with my neighbor. The key isn't to solve it right then. It's simply to externalize what's tugging at you. 3. Pair it with physical relief. Once you've offloaded your thoughts, take 5 slow, deliberate breaths, inhaling for 4 counts, pausing for a second, then exhaling for 6. With every exhale, imagine releasing the tension like steam rising off a cup of tea. Whisper or think, I release this for now. You're not denying the problem. You're giving yourself permission to set it aside for the night. Why does this work so well? Science backs it up. Journaling has been shown to reduce stress by shifting tangled thoughts out of your head and onto paper. It's like handing your brain a filing cabinet instead of letting it juggle every worry all at once. In fact, studies suggest that writing down your concerns, even for a few minutes, can help you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. So the next time you feel that midnight heaviness creeping in, remember, you don't have to toss and turn in silence. Check in, write it out, and breathe. You'll not only feel lighter, but you'll also set yourself up for a calmer morning, ready to tackle any challenges with a clearer head. When 3 a.m. calls, listen before you resist. Remember, a quick scribble in the dark isn't going to solve your life overnight, but it can signal to your anxious mind that, hey, I've heard you. Even just 3 lines on a notepad can lower those stress hormones and help you slip into a calmer state. Pair that with steady, controlled breathing, inhaling for 4 counts, exhaling for 6, and you essentially flip your nervous system switch from fight or flight to rest and recover. You're not here to conquer the world at 4 a.m. You're just acknowledging that your body and mind are trying to tell you something. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give yourself is the permission to pause and feel whatever needs feeling, without judgment or panic. In those hushed, early hours, simply naming the restlessness can be enough to diffuse it. Rediscover calm with a 1-minute body reset. If your body is still buzzing, twitchy legs, stiff neck, sheets in a tangled mess, it might be time for a quick sleep reboot. After 15 minutes of tossing and turning, your muscles and mind are practically begging for a break from that frustrating whoop. 1. Sit up. Gently prop yourself against your headboard or let your legs dangle off the edge of the bed. This slight shift in posture tells your brain that you're actively doing something about the restlessness instead of just enduring it. 2. Roll your neck. Drop your chin softly to your chest, then ease it to the right so your ear drifts toward your shoulder. Move slowly. This isn't yoga class at noon, it's a midnight rescue mission. 3. Breathe into the tight spots. When you feel tension in your neck, shoulders, or back, take a deep inhale and visualize sending your breath right to that knot of tightness. Exhale and picture the tension loosening. Why it works? Shifting your body breaks the cycle of lying still and overthinking. Stretching helps release the physical tension that often echoes emotional stress. Deep breathing calms the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight part, nudging you back toward rest. It's just 1 minute, but it can be enough to reset your whole system, kind of like hitting the refresh button on your computer when it's lagging. When you're finished, lie back down with the intention of allowing sleep to return rather than forcing it. Melt away tension and welcome relaxation. By now, you're probably sensing a pattern. A little movement can go a long way toward reclaiming that elusive sense of calm. Here's a quick, mindful routine that feels more like a gentle wake-up call for your muscles than a workout. 1. Neck rolls for tight shoulders. Sit upright and let your chin gently fall toward your chest. Slowly roll your head to the right, bringing your ear near your shoulder. Breathe deeply. Imagine sending your breath into those stiff spots. Roll your head to the left in the same unhurried way. Why it helps? When we sleep or toss and turn, our neck muscles often tense up, as if bracing for battle. Gentle neck rolls ease that fight mode, letting your brain know it's safe to relax. 2. Shoulder shrugs for stress relief. Lift your shoulders as if you're trying to touch the ceiling. Take a slow, deep inhale, then drop them down with a long exhale. Repeat 3 or 4 times, pairing each shrug with a steady inhale and each release with a steady exhale. Why it helps? Shoulders tend to creep up toward our ears when we're anxious or restless. Guiding them back down disrupts that tension cycle and helps you unwind. 3. Seated forward fold, your stretchy sigh. Scoot to the edge of the bed, hinge at your hips, and let your hands drift toward your knees or the floor. Don't force it. This isn't a gym contest. Think of it as a relaxing sigh for your spine. Take a deep breath in through your mouth, then exhale slowly through your mouth, feeling your rib cage gently expand and contract. Why it helps? When you're horizontal for hours, blood flow can stagnate. A forward fold boosts circulation and loosens cramped muscles, especially in the lower back. 4. Light leg jiggles to shake off restlessness. Lift one leg a couple of inches from the bed and give it a gentle shake, like you're flicking water off your foot. Do it for about 10 seconds and switch legs. Why it helps? Restless legs are notorious for ruining sleep. This playful little move lets your muscles off the hook, signaling them to calm down. 5. Warm your extremities. If your hands or feet are freezing, rub your palms together until they're nice and toasty, then cup them over your feet or simply hold them around your toes for a few moments. Why it helps? Cold extremities can trick your body into thinking it needs to stay awake and warm up. By adding heat, you're quietly telling your nervous system, no worries, we're good here, time to rest. Throughout each of these steps, keep your breath slow and steady, 4 counts in, 6 counts out. This breathing pattern nudges your parasympathetic system, the body's built-in chill-out crew, to take over, lowering stress hormones and guiding you back toward ease. Remember, this isn't a workout. It's a gentle tune-up meant to coax your body out of high alert and into a state of restfulness. Once you've eased the tension, settle back under the covers with the intention of allowing sleep to come rather than forcing it. Why warming your hands and feet helps you doze off. A quick friction rub between your palms isn't just cozy, it's science approved. Research shows that when your hands and feet are warm, you're more likely to drift into sleep. The reason is simple. Once your extremities are toasty, your body's core temperature drops slightly, which signals that it's time to rest. If you've been finding value in these tips, do me a quick favor. Comment 3 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell for more practical, science-backed insights to improve your nights and brighten your days. Calm your mind with sound instead of forcing it. It's 3:58 a.m. and your mind is on a rampage. Did I lock the door? What about that meeting tomorrow? Why did I say that awkward thing back in 2019? Trying to force your brain to relax is as futile as asking a hyper toddler to stand still after a sugar rush. Instead, consider using sound to gently guide your racing thoughts toward calm. Scrolling through your phone will only spike your dopamine and keep you awake longer. So let's explore some sonic shortcuts that can help you drift off faster than you might think. 1. Pink noise, nature's soothing lullaby. You may have heard of white noise, that static hum you get from a TV on a dead channel. Pink noise is like the mellow cousin of white noise. It reduces the intensity of higher frequencies, creating a more gentle, rhythmic backdrop. Think of the soft patter of rain or the distant rush of waves. Why it works? A 2017 study from Northwestern University found that pink noise syncs with your brain waves, nudging them into the slower frequencies associated with deep sleep. The consistent, calming pattern distracts your brain from overthinking and helps your mind slip into a more restful state. Putting it all together, your personal sleep toolkit. You've just explored a complete toolkit for handling those frustrating 3 to 5 AM wake-ups. Everything from hydration hacks to gentle stretches, journaling to strategic soundscapes. Each tip is simple enough to try tonight, yet powerful enough to make a lasting impact on your health and happiness. Why it matters. When you begin to see nighttime wake-ups as opportunities rather than sleep failures, you open a door to greater self-awareness and deeper rest. Your body isn't betraying you, it's communicating important cues about tension you're carrying, emotions you haven't processed, or just a need for a gentle reset. By listening and responding, you reclaim control of your nights, instead of feeling trapped in a cycle of anxious tossing and turning. How to use these strategies. 1. Hydrate wisely. Keep room temperature water or chamomile tea near your bed. Add a pinch of salt or a splash of lemon if you need an extra mineral boost. 2. Move gently. A quick routine of neck rolls, shoulder shrugs, and forward folds can break the restlessness loop. 3. Embrace emotional signals. Jot down your worries and remind yourself, I can handle this later. Your mind just wants to be acknowledged. 4. Soothe with sound. From pink noise to dull audiobooks, try giving your brain a gentle track to follow rather than letting it race. 5. Warm your extremities. Cold hands or feet can trick your body into staying awake. A quick rub of your palms or a fuzzy pair of socks does wonders. Your next step, pick one of these tips you feel most drawn to. Maybe it's the simple act of jotting down your late-night worries or adding pink noise to your bedtime routine, and give it a fair shot. Small changes can ripple into major improvements in how you sleep, and by extension, how you feel each day. I'd love to hear your reflections. Which strategy are you excited to try first? Drop it in the comments below because sharing helps you stay accountable, and you might inspire someone else who's struggling too. If you're finding value in these insights, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on more tips for better sleep, greater peace of mind, and a healthier, happier life overall. Thanks for watching, and here's wishing you sweet, restful dreams tonight.